Calling this one today, quick tip on the homestead. Listen as we give you a quick tip for today.
So my little disclaimer is our quick tips should definitely come up with some kind of jingle.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's going to sound like, but
it's going to be fun.
My second thought is that we should disclaim that we do some batch work with our podcast. So those of you, if there's anyone watching a YouTube video of us making a podcast, we're wearing the same shirt for 4 episodes potentially.
And that's okay.
And we did not intend to match. We're both wearing blue. So.
No, I intended. I like to wait and see what Lacey puts on and then find something to match. Which I was very opposed to.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see my face reaction. And that might be fun.
I could see myself going to YouTube just to see that. Okay. Back to business, because this is supposed to be a quick tip. We, this year, made an air pruning bed, which we've never done before.
That's not true. We have tried.
We are not air pruning bed experts in any kind of way.
No.
What we did was followed some internet guidelines, found a whole bunch of scraps laying around the homestead.
Modified it with what we had.
Which is the number one reason why you never throw anything away. Just keep it in random piles.
Whoa, is that the quick tip?
No. Shoot, that could have been a second quick tip.
Oh, double quick tip.
Bonus quick tip. But the air pruning bed has turned out to be amazing. So it's essentially a box filled with soil, and the bottom we put weed cloth.
No, we didn't.
Hardware cloth.
No, we didn't.
Chicken
Screen material.
Screen material. Any of those will work. That's
what we had.
The idea is that the roots hit the air and prune themselves. And
which here's what I'm going to say about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I believe in this theory. Like, I don't know if maybe ours isn't a true air pruning bed.
It is.
Well, because the sides.
It says it on the side. Air pruning bed. No. Why?
Because the sides don't air prune. The sides are just walls.
All the air pruning beds I've seen, that's how it is.
Okay, but my thought is like, then just put a bunch of you just get a trough. And does it really matter if the bottom is see-through or not?
Yeah, because then it prunes itself. Maybe you should just listen to my quick tip.
I just don't see how it's that much different, but whatever.
So the general idea.
Oh, I know why. Okay, because it's not going to try to make it. I know why.
Why?
Because if you put a plant in a pot, then the natural tendency is for that leader root to go down and try to find the edges of that pot. And so you get root bound. And
then it spins around and around
and spins around and around and around.
But these plants that we did elderberry, we did grapes.
I am so glad that I had that brain.
I'm so glad I listened to you every once in a while.
People are going to be like, oh, I'm so glad she didn't know what she was talking about.
So we had elderberry, grapes, blackberries, apples, peaches. I think that's everything we shoved in there. And it's what, 3...
Did you say blackberries?
Yeah, 3 feet by a foot, something like that.
We really need a 4 times the size one, but this is our first experiment. And
some of us were skeptical if it was even worth it.
Some of us? Yeah. I feel like it wasn't me because I read the book. I read the book.
So we put all these in, and I'm going to say right now, the apples and the peaches did not work.
I just want to go back to who was the skeptic real quick.
I was very skeptical.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're clear on that. Because I wanted one that was equal length to the greenhouse on the back side of the greenhouse.
Right. That's true.
That was what my thought was.
Yeah. And I said, let's make a prototype first, which I'm very glad we did. Now we know it works. So the apples and the peaches did not take. They budded out, and then
they were happy for a minute.
Yeah.
But that was it. The truth is with those things, you really want them on a rootstock, and I think that we know why.
And I also think that we did it
maybe not the right time.
Yeah, was it early spring to late spring? So we did not take the cuttings. We should have put the apples and the peaches in when they were dormant. And I think we'll try that this year. But the blackberries, I would say we had an 80% success rate. And the elderberries, did pretty good. So what we did is we put it in the greenhouse, and then we put an automatic timer sprinkler on it so that it kept it moist all the time. And we didn't realize it until it was kind of too late that the sprinkler was not making it all the way to the edge of the elderberries, and we lost some that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I wholeheartedly believe if they would have stayed moist, we would have got like all of the elderberries to sprout.
Elderberries generally are not that hard. Like you could take a pot and stick in an elderberry branch.
But so what's cool is like I just dug those out of our air pruning bed, and the sticks were like, the length of a finger, and we put them in there. And now we have like these, I would say like 6-inch to a foot large elderberry trees. And you have to like kind of dig them out with both hands to like scoop out the roots, because it's not like a pot. Like the roots have just kind of meandered through the bed.
Well, the other thing that happens this way, so I'm told, or I think this is how I understood it, is the way that a plant makes roots in this condition there's tons and tons and tons more of the like micro roots.
Yeah, and that's definitely how it is.
And less of the like one long taproot that's trying to like, figure out how big this tree is going to be. Yeah. So it's a really neat, like beautiful kind of mycorrhizal looking thing going on when you pull them out, these super fibrous roots. And then when you plant them, they're much more successful as well than these other pot grown plants.
And that has been the experience. Even the elderberries transplanted,
they normally take a hit and they droop and they like will just not even look good. But they immediately didn't get the shock that they normally do. Yeah,
which is ironic because I put those ones in big pots because I wasn't sure where we were going to plant them. But
the commitment issue.
I also did blackberries and just put them straight in the ground, and they have like just been like doing fantastic. So I think it's a really cool. We've transplanted some of the grapes too.
Mm-hmm.
And like Lacey said, I think we're going to have to like 4X that. Let's 10X it, like Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
We're going to 10X it.
We're going to 10X it.
So that we can start growing a lot. We've been talking with some people recently on consults, and, the main thing is plant diversity, species diversity in general, but it's so stinking expensive. But if you can go out and, prune off some of your natives and take like 4 sticks and start 10 mulberry trees, which you totally can in an air pruning bed, now you're like, it's like game on. Now you can grow.
Well, you're not messing with genetics at all. You're going to have an identical product essentially.
Yeah. And you're getting it from your land where it grows well already.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I think it's a really cool thing to have on your homestead, this like perennial nursery that you can, produce your own stock.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the quick tip for this episode.